Get ready.
Okay, so I'm just on my way home after picking up this Honda CBR1100XX Super Blackbird. So I used to drive one of these years ago, many moons ago, a black one, a 00, and I loved it. It was just phenomenal, unbelievable, gargantuan amount of power, ballistic missile of a thing. And I eventually then, when the engine on that expired due to hitting a humpy bridge at, let's say, in excessive speed, the old crank broke in her, but I eventually switched to after watching the long way around, I fancied a change, and I went to the BMW, and haven't looked back since. But I've always had a goo in me for the old Blackbird. I've missed it. So I bit the bullet and went down and bought this 2002 fuel injected model. So it's the same model as my own, but it's a slightly newer. It's about 2 years newer. So there's more digital displays on the clock, but it's essentially the same bike. But the things that strike me about it is that I don't remember it being this bent over. I mean, maybe I'm just too used to being on the Beamer so long, but I don't remember being this far over on the Blackbird. But it must have been. Maybe it's not that the position of the bike has changed. It's just that my girth has increased. So that's something I'll have to get used to. Plus, the other thing that I mean, obviously I remembered it was a quick bike, but my God, I didn't remember how quick. Oh my God, incredibly powerful. I'm afraid to put the throttle on, and it's a long bike, so it's whilst it's a good handling bike for its size and power, it's not nearly as well handling as the Beamer. The Beamer feels, and even though the Beamer, I think, is a heavier bike, it's a lot more agile. It's a better riding position. But this is extremely smooth, and my God, it's got endless bottomless pit of power. I mean, this is supposed to be the world's first production motorbike, and it's still got a lot of the power in it. I mean, to buy a car that could do the type of speed that this thing can do, you're well into an excess of 100 grand. I've just barely spent 2.5 grand on this. Like, it's silly stuff. But I'm taking it handy now. This is my first time being on a bike like this in a long time, and it's very different to what I'm used to now after driving the BMW for so long. So it's all about just taking it handy. But this bike, there's a history to this bike, the Blackbird. Again, like I said, it was the first proper hyper bike, I suppose. The first production 200-mile-an-hour bike. And then Suzuki responded with the Hayabusa, the GSXR 1300, which again is a phenomenal bike. And the Hayabusa, apparently Hayabusa is Chinese or Japanese, sorry, for hawk, I think. And hawk's staple diet is blackbirds. So the Hayabusa was bought out as a direct competitor for this, and by all accounts it's a quicker bike. But the thing about the Blackbird is it's a great all-rounder. Like, you can cruise on it, you can commute on it, you can tour on it, and then if the fancy takes it, you just hit the throttle and you can be shot like an Exocet missile. Well, to 60 in something like 3 seconds, 3.5. It's just phenomenal. It's got linked brakes, so whether I pull the front or the back, it's actually pulling both. This is fuel injected. There was a carburetor model before this. I was talking to the guy who sold me this. Now, I've never driven the carburetor model. He reckons the carb was quicker, or well, at least he said he felt quicker. But he said that this is an awful lot smoother, and that makes sense. Obviously, it's a fuel injection. But yeah, I mean, it's not as clean as it looked in the pictures. There's definitely a few marks on it, so there's definitely a bit of a fixer-upper to be done on this. But definitely the engine seems good. She seems to be handling well. She's doing everything she's supposed to do. So I don't know what I'll do. I might just repair the bits that look a bit worn, or I'm playing with the idea of maybe buying one of those full Chinese fairing kits and replacing the whole fairing, and I don't know, maybe either keep the same colour scheme or go with something radical. I always liked the Rotman's race team colours. I used to have a VF4 400 in the Rotman's racing colours, and oh Jesus, I love that bike. That might be another one on my to buy list if I ever get the opportunity. Then my collection would be complete. I'll have my Beamer, the Blackbird, and a VF4 400. Be amazing. But yeah, so there's definitely a bit of work to be done on this one. It's not as perfect as I was hoping, but I mean, I suppose it's 2002. It's a 17-year-old bike. Yeah, I have to expect a few dings here and there. So, well, look, it does what I wanted it to do. Bloody gravel. Bloody cyclists. God, I hate cyclists. So, yeah, it's going to take some getting used to getting back into this type of a riding position. So used to the Beamer being upright. And I'm not getting any younger. Riding position like this is for much younger, slimmer men than me. There's a Sharpie corner. Getting used to taking tight corners when you're so leant forward. It's bizarre. We'll see if we can give it a blast up on this road here. Yeah, my old Blackbird had a set of Micron race exhaust on it, whereas this has the original. The difference in sound is amazing. This is very hushed. I used to call my old Blackbird Moses because it used to part traffic like Moses parted the Red Sea. People would hear this monster coming up behind them and go, holy Jesus. But it's nice to be in a position to have a choice now. I'll never take this out in the wet. I think it'd be a dead trap. There's no traction control on this yoke. You lay down a bit too much power in a corner on a wet road, and by Jesus, you'll know all about it pretty quick. But yeah, I toured all over France and Switzerland on my old Blackbird. I mean, they're just indestructible. I mean, their engines are just unbelievable. I mean, I know my old one blew up, but That wasn't the bike's fault. That was a bit of a misabuse by me. This road is perfect for it though, my god. I love this road. If you ever get the chance, particularly if you're a sports biker, do the Kilcock to Summerhill, Summerhill to Trim, Trim to Navan, and Navan to Slane Road. We gotta connect those towns up, but my god, they're great roads. They're all like this. Usually there's hardly any traffic on them, but they're perfectly smooth, and these amazing, nice, long, meandering, winding corners on them. Get a bit of nice speed up on them, which is not what I'm doing today. I'm not only trying to get used to a new bike, particularly a bike as bloody powerful as this yoke, but I can feel it. It's aching for me to let it go. And I'm like, no, not yet. God, I've got a blocked nose, I've got a cold. Excuse me for sniffing and coughing. But yeah, this is bringing back some memories, alright. I might even invest in a set of Microns. I really miss those babies. It was like, get out of my way, coming through. Well, anyway guys, I'll sign off, but keep tuned because I'm going to take a bit more footage now. I'm heading off to Scotland in a couple of days, so stay tuned for that. And then when I get back, I'll take this baby out and let's see what you can do and put her through her paces. And then let's have a look at what needs to be cleaned up, and go through getting her up to scratch, getting her into a bit of a nice weekender. I know on my old one I used to have a back box on it. I remember getting slagged about having a back box on the back of a Blackbird. So I won't be needing one on this one. So I won't be putting one on this one. This one's about pure, unadulterated